Greetings, my fellow gamers. It is I, Wraith King, bringing you news from beyond the mirror, from the other world, and welcome back to another episode of King of the Arena. But today we have a very special guest. Carl has been doing quite badly on my team lately, and he actually betrayed me a little. He betrayed me recently on one of my arena matches. I kind of blame the AI, but I really do think it's mostly his fault. He just does not do enough damage, and I needed a stronger DPS on my team besides Dylan's. So I awakened Ares, or it's Ares, I think. I think that's how you pronounce your name anyways, but you guys know how horrible I am with names. I say it in every video. I am bad with names, but I'm pretty sure her name's pronounced Ares. But anyways, the beautiful Ares will be joining us today in battle, and she actually is only level 32. And I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, Wraith King, it is absolutely stupid of you to bring a level 32 to Pearl. That is dumb. What are you thinking? And you know what? I'll be honest with you. I am so unbelievably mad at Carl right now. I like him. I really do like Carl. He's an amazing hero, but this was just the last straw. I just could not. Was that 26 damage I just saw? You know what? No. Whatever. Anything but Carl right now. Anything but him. He has betrayed. How has he betrayed me? Well, last game, he just died so unbelievably quick. And his buff just does not last that long. His buff that guards me from status effects and things like that just doesn't last that long. Now, I know hers isn't entirely better, but it does last longer, and it does sort of protect you from status effects. I believe it increases your resistance to them by 60%, but along with Creed on my team, that pretty much increased it to about 70%, I believe, or 75, I believe. My pet Creed, he increases that, so it's a pretty strong chance that I'm not going to be affected by status effects, so she is a decent switch, especially since I have a Devil Creed on my team. But be that as it may, she just did 26 damage, and you know what, I'm still feeling alright about that, because it looks like I'm gonna win this one, and that's good enough for me if you ask me. That's good enough, because at least she helped win the game. She did 26 damage, and if you ask me, that helped. That helped. It helped a lot more than not Creed, but Carl ever did. It helped way more than Carl ever did, because I'm telling you, he is just, oh my goodness. I know he's level 40, but he barely does anything at level 40. I want to level him up. I kind of blame myself a little bit for that, because I did not level him up. I have one Carl sitting in my inventory. 4-star Carl that I could have used to level him up, but I could never find the time to do it, because the truth is, I just don't feel like leveling him up, because I feel like they're going to come out with a character that's better than Carl in the future, and I'm just imagining him at level 50, and I could just see him pretty much doing the same thing he's doing right now, and not helping me the way he needs to, and his buff just vanishing really, really fast. And then it ended up being a problem for me in the future of the game. So that's kind of why I just took him off my team for the time being. I'll throw him back on my team if she starts doing badly. If Ares starts doing, I think her name is Ares, but you know what, whatever. I'm just going to call her Ares from now on. Because hey, as I said at the beginning of the video, I'm horrible with names. And I just give everyone pretty much a nickname in this game. I started off with not Sephiroth, which I think his name is Malcure or whatever. I don't know what his name is, but it's just going to continue to be not Sephiroth for me, because I cannot pronounce his name, and I don't think I'll ever be able to pronounce his name. Even if someone tells me how to pronounce his name, I still will not be able to pronounce it. That is how bad I am with names, really. It's that bad. Wow, that was very, very little damage he did right there. But anyways, I'm getting way off subject. What I was trying to tell you guys earlier is I am going to take Ares off my team if she does badly. If she does really, really just downright terrible. Right now, she's doing damage. That's all I want, is just for someone to do damage. I'm missing a really strong DPS on this Def CC team, but I feel like I also need someone who can protect me from debuffs, and the only characters that can really, really do that right now is Carl and Ares, and they're the only special heroes that can do it anyways. And don't you dare say put Spike on your team. No! No! Absolutely not. No Spike. The AI uses him first for every game. That is why I got rid of Spike. If the AI didn't do that, and the AI actually used my debuff abilities first and used my death CC abilities first, then maybe I would have had Spike on my team. All of Spike's abilities do is pierce and freeze. That's pretty much it. I don't need freeze. The piercing is fine, but when it comes to freeze, it's useless. Especially when you get farther in arena mode. When you get to like Ares and above, people get really smart with the crafting of their teams. They always have someone on their team that makes them resistant to debuffs. They always have that one person that has some type of skill like that. And when you have a Spike on your team, the AI is just going to use him constantly. And what you need is debuff. You don't need freeze because it's not going to do anything. So when the AI does this, it's just a waste of a turn. Because Spike has an AoE attack. He has 2 AoE attacks. If the AI uses either of them, they're not going to do much of anything to the enemy team, besides hurt them a little. What you want to do if you have a Death CC team is debuff. Make sure all the buffs are completely gone. And then you can use your Death CC abilities, and that will end the game for you if you have a Creed on your team. Because Death, it doesn't have a very high chance of happening, and when you have a Creed on your team and a Nox on your team, they both increase the chances of death actually happening, so it's a good idea to have at least one of these characters on your team. But it's best to have both if you want death to happen a lot more often, and if you want the game to happen a lot faster. But you know what, so far Ares has actually been doing pretty well. I'm very shocked that she's been doing so well. I mean, she's only level 32. I'm smacked. Really, I did not expect her to be doing this good. Well, right when I said it, oh man. You okay, Aaron? I'm so sorry. Oh no. Oh, she's fine. She's only knocked out. She's doing just fine. Oh. That got me good. Alright. Well, okay. Well, so far, we're doing pretty good. So far, we're doing pretty good so far. Oh, we seem to be turning ourselves around this fight. Right after Ares got KO'd. We seem to do. Oh, it looks like the AI decided to revive her there. Okay. All right. Well, it looks like we're doing all right this time. We're doing pretty good. This fight seems to be going quite well. I was expecting it to go a lot worse. I'm sorry, I keep thinking about it. Poor Ares. But you know what? So far, this has been a decent demonstration of how good the AI can do and how bad it can do all at the same time. The AI did debuff at the beginning of the game, but at the same time, it did not use Deadly Strike when it needed to. And if it used Deadly Strike then, the buff would have been completely gone. Spike's buff would have been solid gone if the AI had used Nox's AoE debuff ability. And then it used Dellen's Deadly Strike, and then it used my Death CC abilities. I mentioned this so many times in my other videos concerning King of the Arena. It just doesn't want to do that. It needs to do it in that order, and the game is done. That's GG, if the AI uses it in that order. And this is a good example right here. There's a Karen on the enemy team here. Oh, maybe she isn't. Or is she hiding behind Bolts and Nia there? Is she hiding behind Bolts and Nia? No, never mind. I guess he isn't on the team. He's a center as the icon. But anyways, if Karen was on the enemy team, the combo of Nox's AoE debuff and Dellen's Deadly Strike And I guess one of Neja's abilities could have helped that too, if just in case the buff wasn't solid gone. Because Karen's buff does last quite a while, so it would take at least 3 debuff attacks. 3 AoE debuff attacks. And which would be Nox's AoE, and Deadly Strike from Dellen's, and Neja's, I keep forgetting the name of the ability, but it's a tidal wave ability. I'm sorry, alright? It's just, when a game is in another language, it's hard to remember the names of all the abilities, besides your favorite characters. Like, I remember, not Chris. Well, I think I kind of remember Chris's abilities. A little bit. Mostly Dellen's, though, because he was the first character I actually translated on this channel, so I think I should remember his names a lot better. Dellen's. I should remember his abilities way better. Dellen's abilities is called, one of them is Deadly Strike, Avenant Grim Reaper, I don't remember what his enhanced Deadly Strike is called. I cannot remember what that one is, but man, it's at the tip of my tongue. I don't know. You know what, forget it. I'm not going to try to remember that right now because I'm just going to go way off subject in the video, and that's something I do not want to do. But anyways, on another subject, I've been meaning to tell you guys why this video wasn't like the day after I released the review on the Awakened Havina. I don't know what happened with my brain there. I just decided to pause and go, But you know what? Hey, that's what happens when you get 2 days without sleep. Your brain just plays silly tricks on you. You might be in school and you might just be really, really tired. You didn't get any sleep last night. And you're just so tired in class, and you're in your math class, and you hear your math teacher talking, and you look up, he or she is just rambling on about boring math, and then their head starts turning upside down, and then they start saying, and you're like, what? Then you hear your name, followed by laughter, and someone nudging you on the shoulder, hey, wake up, you need to wake up. And then you wake up, and everybody's laughing at you, and you were asleep the whole time. Your brain just does things to you like that when you don't get any sleep. Now let me tell you, there was this time I didn't get any sleep. It was about like 2-3 days I did not get any sleep, my fellow gamers. I was dead tired. So there I was in the clothing department looking at clothes for my family and all that kind of stuff. And you know how every clothing store has to have a really tall, creepy mannequin wearing clothes? Well, there was this mannequin that was standing right in front of me. I looked up, I'm telling you, this thing was looking right at me. And as soon as I brought my attention directly to it, it looked away. I'm telling you, if that happened, that's what your brain does when you don't get any sleep. So you know what, hey, maybe that's what's wrong with the AI in the arena. Maybe it just didn't get enough sleep and it's all cranky and it doesn't know what it's doing and it just doesn't see anything correctly and the abilities are all over the place. They're all over the screen, it just doesn't know what to press, so it just presses things at random. So yeah, maybe that's wrong with the AI. Maybe it just hasn't gotten enough sleep. And as you can see, the AI did something incredibly stupid there by using Nox's awakening skill at the very, very wrong time when everyone's buff was still up. It has not used Deadly Strike yet. And there it goes again, using one of Chris's abilities at the very, very wrong time when it needs to use Deadly Strike first, which is going to take that buff down, and it still isn't using Deadly Strike. AI really needs to consider getting some sleep because it's making some very, very poor choices. And I have a feeling I'm probably going to lose this one because the AI pulled that very stupid move at the beginning of the game by using Nox's awakening skill while everyone still had their debuff resistance up when it really needed it, and it still has not. AI, would you use Deadly Strike? Use Deadly Strike, please. That is not Deadly Strike. You're not using Deadly Strike. My goodness. I think I probably lost. Yep. You know, maybe I still have a chance. I still have a chance. Finally, that is the wrong person to use Deadly Strike on. Yep, I lost this one. I probably lost this one because the AI has not used Deadly Strike correctly. It did not use Deadly Strike. It did not target the right person. Maybe if it targeted Neja or the other guy, maybe. No, I think I'm dead here. Yeah. You know what? I'm not going to end it on a loss. I am not going to end this on a loss, my fellow gamers. I am going to win this next one. I am going to win this next one, my fellow gamers. Fine. I'll put Carl on my team. I'll put him on my team just this once. Just this once. I will put Carl on my team. Oh. The AI better use Carl correctly this time. Oh. I better not lose this one. Oh. So far, the AI is doing decently correctly with Carl. Did use his debuff ability at the beginning, which is actually not a bad idea, but it did use evidence. Not a good choice, AI. Not a good choice, AI. You should have used Deadly Strike. That would have completely removed any buffs that would cause me a problem. But it did silence a couple people, which is alright, but I don't need silence. What I need right now is death. That's what I need right now is a death status effect. But you know what? That's fine. That's fine. Nasia has been sort of a problem. I've noticed a few people have been asking me to swap out Nasia for the newest special tank hero. What is her name? Recently made a video on her. I think her name is Aquila. I think that's her name. Yeah, I think it's Aquila, but a lot of people have been asking me to swap Nasia out for her, but I don't have it. I don't. I've only seen one Aquila so far in the arena, surprisingly. A lot of people have been getting her, from what I've heard, but I haven't gotten any Aquila. I've been getting a lot of Ares. I'm pretty sure that's not how you pronounce her name, but you know what? That's what I'm going to call her from now on, because you guys know how bad I am. I don't need to say it again. I don't. But yeah, I've been getting a lot of her through draw. I haven't been getting much of anyone else, so now that I got a lot of Ares, I'm just going to try to rank her up as fast as I can, so I can replace Carl on my team, because his buff just doesn't last that long. Although it just gives me a straight up immunity to debuffs, but at the same time, it doesn't last as long as Ares' team buff. It doesn't last as long as hers, so that's why I kind of prefer to use her. And since I have a Creed on the team, as I said before, he does increase. Even though the AI was a little stupid at the beginning of the match, it still pulled off. It still won the game for me. But you know what? Regardless of that, the AI has made a lot of silly mistakes. That's why I screamed all death metal like at the end of the last fight. Boy, was that irritating. Anyways, that about does it for this video, my fellow gamers. I hope you enjoyed it. Oh, and by the way, if you're wondering what this team is, this is actually my DPS team. This was my original idea for an arena team. After Ares was released, I had an idea for a DPS team, and this was it. Unfortunately, they are very, very incredibly unfinished. Ares is close, but everyone else is very, very beneath her right now, except for Delans and Chris. But aside from Delans and Chris, everyone really does suck on this team, so I am going to have to do some serious maintenance with this team before I throw them on King of the Arena videos. But this team, I am designing it to be a lot better than my Death CC team. So I will be making some King of the Arena videos with this team in particular in the future. But until then, remember to leave a like, Remember to leave a like, comment, and please do subscribe to my channel. I make loads of 7 Nights videos all the time, and not just 7 Nights videos. I love playing tons of different games on this channel, so look for a lot of different things on this channel. But anyways, take it easy for me, alright? Bye.